Hi, I'm Linus Wilson. In this video, you will find out how YouTube is demonetizing the majority of YouTube creators and leaving them out in the cold. I'm going to talk to you today about the YouTube's plan to change its partnership program that will demonetize most active YouTube channels by February 2018. You'll want to hear why these recent changes to the AdSense revenue program will affect most YouTubers on the platform and take away their hard-earned AdSense dollars. It used to be, before April 2017, that anybody could be part of the YouTube partnership program. That means that they would get access to AdSense revenues on the videos that they produced. YouTube changed that in April 2018 to say that you needed to have at least 10,000 views before you could sign up for the partnership program, which is fine. Somebody with 10,000 views is unlikely to earn more than a few dollars through the partnership program anyway. Starting in February 2018, you're going to have a minimum of 1,000 hours or 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers to be able to get AdSense revenue through YouTube. 4 minutes of watch time on a video on average, then you'd need 60,000 views to get 4,000 hours within a year. So that means that you cannot be a passive channel. You have to be very active. You have to get any ad revenues at all. This is effectively going to demonetize most of the channels on YouTube. So most creators are going to be completely demonetized with these changes. So it's true that these channels, as YouTube asserts, are making probably to date less than $100 from AdSense revenues, but it is kind of a morale hit to see that they may never make a dime from their efforts on YouTube. For me, it took me, on my primary channel, it took me almost a year, probably about 8 months to reach 1,000 subscribers, and I had a lot more than 60,000 views or 4,000 hours of watch time, but I was an active new channel with a pretty steady content strategy once I started my sailing vlog. Up until that point, I was part of the partnership program very early. I was in before the changes in April 2017 and obviously the ones in February 2018. And I was able to monetize, but the amount of money I got was so small, and I'd not even set up the bank account to receive the money that I had earned. So it was not a big impact. I'm going to continue to be eligible for my primary channel, which has over 3,000 subscribers and has about 500,000 views. So I'm not worried about being excluded from the partner program, but being in the partner program, I'm also have not made much money, and I haven't done an accounting of it, but I do think with about 500,000 views, I've probably made less than $1,000 in total from the YouTube partnership program, from the AdSense revenues. So unless YouTube is sending you a play button in the mail, your AdSense revenues are probably not enough to quit your barista job at Starbucks. I did a study of the crowdfunders on Patreon of sailing channels, and I found that most of the active sailing channels putting out content versus just passively subscribing and watching videos on YouTube, most of these channels had far less than 1,000 subscribers. So that 1,000 subscriber mark is a very tough one, and the 12 months of watch time is also a tough one. So if you have hit 1,000 subscribers, but you have slowed down your production, then there's a good chance that you are not going to be eligible for the partner program anymore. I did a study of the crowdfunders on Patreon of sailing channels, and I found that most of the active sailing channels putting out content versus just passively subscribing and watching videos on YouTube, most of these channels had far less than 1,000 subscribers. So that 1,000 subscriber mark is a very tough one, and the 12 months of watch time is also a tough one. So if you have hit 1,000 subscribers, but you have slowed down your production, then there's a good chance that you are not going to be eligible for the partner program anymore. Check out my study sailing channels on YouTube that are crowdfunding on Patreon in the links below, and I'll also put a card for my video about that on my primary channel. To me, the thresholds allow YouTube to screen content much more and screen channels much more. That is obviously clear. I think that it's not going to stop the Logan Pauls of the world that are doing extreme videos that are benefiting them by boosting their channels, boosting their recognition in the media, and ultimately damaging the whole AdSense program, because it's going to scare off advertisers. So people like Logan Paul should be addressed by taking down their channels, not by demonetizing small creators. I think the changes here are going to crack down on kind of channels that steal copyrighted content and then repost cable news shows and things like that on YouTube, which tend to have less than 1,000 subscribers and tend to just pop up everywhere. So these pop-up channels are not going to be able to make any money, and that's going to get rid of that obnoxious practice. But it's not going to get rid of big YouTubers doing extreme things that are offensive to advertisers to further boost their AdSense revenues. YouTube needs to be tough with people like Logan Paul and other creators who are putting out objectionable content that is scaring off creators and really endangering the whole platform of YouTube and Google's billion-dollar baby, which is the YouTube AdSense revenue and algorithm. Now stay tuned all the way to the end to hear the blog in its entirety from YouTube explaining the changes happening on February 2018 to the monetization for the majority of YouTube creators. YouTube Creator Blog, Tuesday, January 16, 2018. Additional changes to the YouTube Partner Program to better protect creators. 2017 marked a tough year for many of you, with several issues affecting your community and the revenue earned from advertising through the YouTube Partner Program, YPP. Despite those issues, more creators than ever are earning a living on YouTube, with the number of channels making over 6 figures, up over 40% year over year. In 2018, a major focus for everyone at YouTube is protecting our creator ecosystem and ensuring your revenue is more stable. As Susan mentioned in December, we're making changes to address the issues that affected our community in 2017, so we can prevent bad actors from harming the inspiring and original creators around the world who make their living on YouTube. A big part of that effort will be strengthening our requirement for monetization so spammers, impersonators, and other bad actors can't hurt our ecosystem or take advantage of you while continuing to reward those who make our platform great. Back in April 2017, we set YPP YouTube Partner Program eligibility requirement of 10,000 lifetime views. While that threshold provides more information to determine whether the channel followed our community guidelines and policies, it's been clear over the last few months that we need a higher standard. Starting today, we're changing the eligibility requirement for monetization to 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. We've arrived at these new thresholds after thorough analysis and conversations with creators like you. They will allow us to significantly improve our ability to identify creators who contribute positively to the community and help drive more ad revenue to them and away from bad actors. These higher standards will also help us prevent potentially inappropriate videos from monetizing, which can hurt revenue for everyone. On February 20th, 2018, we'll also implement this threshold across existing channels on the platform to allow for a 30-day grace period. On that date, channels with fewer than 1,000 subs or 4,000 watch hours will no longer be able to earn money on YouTube. When they reach 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours, they will be automatically re-evaluated under strict criteria to ensure they comply with our policies. New channels will need to apply, and their application will be evaluated when they hit these milestones. Though these changes will affect a significant number of channels, 99% of those affected were making less than $100 per year in the last year, with 90% earning less than $250 in the last month. Any of the channels who no longer meet this threshold will be paid what they've already earned based on AdSense policies. After thoughtful consideration, we believe these are necessary compromises to protect our community. Of course, sheer size alone is not enough to determine whether a channel is suitable for monetization, so we continue to use signals like community strikes, spam, and other abuse flags to ensure that we are protecting our creator community from bad actors. As we continue to protect our platform from abuse, we want to remind all of you to follow YouTube's community guidelines, monetization basics, policies, terms of service, and Google AdSense program policies, as violating any of these may lead to removal from the YouTube Partner Program. While this change will tackle the potential abuse of large but disparate group of smaller channels, we know that the bad action of a single large channel can have an impact on the community and how advertisers view YouTube. We will be working to schedule conversations with our creators in the months ahead so we can hear your thoughts and ideas and what we can do to tackle that challenge. One of YouTube's core values is to provide anyone the opportunity to earn money from a thriving channel, and while our policies will evolve over time, our commitment to the value remains. Those of you who want more details about this change or haven't reached the 4,000 hour, 1,000 subscriber threshold can continue to benefit from the Creator Academy, our help center, and all the resources on the Creator site to grow your channels. Even though 2017 was a challenging year, thanks to creators like you, it was full of the moments that make YouTube such a special place. Creators large and small, established and emerging, transferred their talent and originality into videos that captivated over 1 billion people around the world. They made us laugh, taught us about the world, and warmed our hearts. We're confident the steps we're taking today will help protect and grow our inspiring community well into the future. Signed, Neal Mohan, Chief Product Officer, and Robert Kyncl, Chief Business Officer, YouTube. A new approach to YouTube monetization. There's no denying 2017 was a difficult year with several issues affecting our community and our advertising partners. We are passionate about protecting our users, advertisers, and creators, and making sure YouTube is not a place that can be co-opted by bad actors. While we took several steps last year to protect advertisers from inappropriate content, we know we need to do more to ensure their ads run alongside content that reflects their values. As mentioned in December, we needed a fresh approach to advertising on YouTube. Today we are announcing 3 significant changes. Stricter criteria for monetization on YouTube. After careful consideration and extended conversation with advertisers and creators, we're making big changes to the process that determines which channels can run ads on YouTube. Previously, channels that had to reach 10,000 total views to be eligible for the YouTube Partner Program. It is clear over the last few months that we need the right requirements and better signals to identify the channels that have earned the right to run ads. Instead of basing acceptance purely on views, we want to take channel size, audience engagement, and creator behavior into consideration to determine eligibility for ads. That's why starting today, new channels will need to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months to be eligible for ads. We will begin enforcing these new requirements for existing channels in the YouTube Partner Program beginning on February 20th, 2018. Of course, size alone is not enough to determine whether a channel is suitable for advertising. We will closely monitor signals like community strikes, spam, and other abuse flags to ensure that they
comply with our policies, both new and existing YouTube Partner Program, channels will be automatically evaluated under the strict criteria, and if we find a channel repeatedly or egregiously violates our community guidelines, we will remove that channel from the YouTube Partner Program. As always, if the account has been issued 3 community guideline strikes, we will remove that user's account and channels from YouTube. This combination of hard-to-game user signals and improved abuse indicators will help us reward the creators who make engaging content while preventing bad actors and spammers from gaming the system in order to monetize unsuitable content. While this new approach will affect a significant number of channels eligible to run ads, the creators who will remain part of the YouTube Partnership Program represent more than 95% of YouTube's reach for advertisers. Those of you who want more details, you can find more information in our Help Center. Manually reviewing Google Preferred. We're changing Google Preferred so that it not only offers the most popular content on YouTube, but also the most vetted. We create Google Preferred to surface YouTube's most engaging channels and help our customers easily reach our most passionate audiences. Moving forward, the channels included in Google Preferred will be manually reviewed, and ads will only run on videos that have been verified to meet our ad-friendly guidelines. We expect to complete manual reviews of Google Preferred channels and videos by mid-February in the US and by the end of March in all other markets where Google Preferred is offered. Greater transparency and simpler controls over where ads appear. We know advertisers want simpler and more transparent controls. In the coming months, we will introduce a 3-tiered suitability system that allows advertisers to reflect their appropriate placements for their brand while understanding potential reach trade-offs. We also know we need to offer advertisers transparency regarding where their ads run. We've begun working with trusted vendors to provide third-party branding safety reporting on YouTube. We are currently in beta with Integral Ad Science, and we're planning to launch a beta with Double Verify soon. We are also exploring partnerships with OpenSlate, OpenScore, and Moat to look forward to scaling our third-party measurement offerings over the course of the year. The challenges we face in 2017 will have made us tough but necessary changes in 2018. These changes will help us better fulfill the promise YouTube holds for advertisers, the chance to reach over 1.5 billion people around the world who are truly engaged with the content they love. We value the partnership and patience of all our advertisers to date and look forward to strengthening those ties throughout 2018. Posted by Paul Muret, VP Display, Video, and Analytics.
So let me know what you think about the changes to the partnership program in the comments below.